it's Rough Driver here again on another video, and today we're fitting these bad boys. I'm changing the standard indicators for the Triumph ones, which are not cheap. 230 bucks in US money, and that's dollars obviously, and about 225 quid in English money. They're not cheap, but I just wanted to make it again look outstanding. So that's the front, I believe, and that's the rear. So next thing we're going to do is try and take the back off, which I've never done before, so it's a learning curve for me. I haven't looked at the manual or nothing, so I'm going to just tackle it a bit blind, so bear with us. Right, it's the rear of the bike, and this is the rear indicators there, held on by an Allen key. And we look underneath here, and there's some screws up the top. I don't know if you can see them. I've got to get them out, and I think there's one there, so that might open up the passage to the wires, which we'll soon find out. So I will undo them and come back. As you see, there's an Allen bolt there. I'm going to take it out, but there's two Allen bolts there. So this is a size, but it hasn't got a size on it, so I can't tell you what size that is. But you need a small start Allen key to go up there. So I'm going to undo these. So I'm not going to show you me undo them. It's only a matter of taking some screws off, but I'd undo that. And I think there's another one in here, and I think that must expose the wiring. So bear with me. Right, I've undone this plate. I'm just taking it off. It's 3 bolts. Or nuts, they go in there. The small one goes in here, don't forget about that. The 2 long ones go up the top. So that's easy enough. You just unplate that. Obviously I'm taking these ugly indicators off here. That's the ones that go in, and you saw the ones that are coming. And right, I'm going to unplug these systems. It's going to take 5 minutes, to be honest. By the way, I didn't say I'm doing the rear, did I? So rear first, then I'm going to do the front. I didn't know which one to tackle first. I thought if it's a headlight, might be a bit more involved, so I thought let's do the rear. But like I said, I didn't know what I was walking into, but if you can see, that's what you're faced with when you take that cap off. Okay, so I'm going to unplug them. Take this indicator off here, this stalk, which is held on by that. So I'll undo that in a minute with my Allen key, and see how we go from there. One more thing while we're going. This nut has got a bolt behind it. If you didn't see, I just thought it was just a stud, but it ain't. It's a nut, so you're going to need to get an 8mm, I think, on that. But I'll let you know as the video goes on. All right. So undo that. I'll put a little spanner on that while you do it. Well, it turns out that's about 10mm to go on that. And obviously, again, I don't know what size this one is. I do apologise, but it's just a nice set of tools I've got there, as you can see. They're not numbered up. I just get them sewn. What mil that is, I don't know. You can see it on it? No, they did have numbers on them. But well, I've used them so many times it's worn out. But obviously you put that in there and hold your spanner, okay, to undo that. Otherwise it won't come off. That's undone, and you're faced with a black and a white wire. So quite simple. I think you squeeze and pull these out, but bear with me. I can't show you me holding this and filming at the same time, but I'll be sure they just push in and pull out. But be careful. Don't want to snap them. I'll find out in a minute. Well, it's simple enough. They just pull out. Easier than I expected. They just pull. So just pull them and they come out. Alright, obviously make sure you plug them into the right wire. Which the colours are different on the other side as well, isn't it? That one's got a stripy white one on it. That one's got the black. So I take it the stripy white one goes to the white one, and the black one goes to the black one. A different setup with this, you don't get the nut that goes on to hold that one on, like through there. This one's got just an Allen bolt. I don't know if you can see that, but and it just screws in like so, hopefully. Am I wrong? I don't know. Let's find out. Right, obviously the setup's different. You lose the nut, but you gain the nut and bolt system's gone, and you get shorter nuts that come with it. I meant to show you that. So they come in with the actual Triumph LEDs. So I'm going to put them on, and I won't show you the other side because it's a similar way, exactly the same principle. Okay, but here they are on. I haven't done it up yet, putting a new bolt in, but I will in a minute. See from the old setup, that screw's definitely longer than that one, and that's the short one you get. So that system goes, and you adapt this system, small one. Right, just go underneath the figure. I'll just show you that wire in there. So that's the right one just been wired up, and there's the left one. Can you see the colours? So it's black and white, I believe, and it goes into that one. So the white goes to the brown and white, or whatever it is. It's hard to see in the bloody dark. Well, dark, I say. It's overcast, and the black and white one goes in that one. Black. It goes to the black, and the white goes to like a whitey browny sort of thing. Like I say, I can't make the colour out because it's overcast. Probably will when you see on the video. They'll say, oh, well, that's that colour. Okay. For you again. So that's. We're rolling. We are rolling. That's the setup on that side now. You see it? Just an Allen bolt. The nut and bolt thing's gone on the old setup, and you just get that, which is quite simple. And this is the old, the original. This side, the nut and bolt that holds that on, and obviously the wires are going through that one. So you just lose the nut and bolt system. You just get like a, it's made into like a stud. Right, turn that off. This is what it looks like at the moment. You can tell they're plebby and they're really the business. Plebby, really the business. So it's up to you what indicators you change to, but these are the business, and they look the why they didn't put them on in the first place, but it's to buy more product, isn't it, from Triumph. If you're putting these away, put the nut and bolt in there together and you won't lose it. So if you ever sell the bike and you want to take the parts back off, you've got the real fixtures there and you ain't looking around for your nut and bolt. So that's the best way to do it. Unplug them and put these together, the nut and bolt system, okay? And that way you ain't going to lose it. Just a little tip. You probably know that, yeah. I ain't gonna tell you how to suck eggs. Me putting this in, so it goes like that. And obviously the stud goes in the other side. So simple as that, really. Okay, wires through that side and in there, and you just connect them up, put the nut in. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. As you can see, they're all wired up now correctly. And now I'm just going to turn on the indicators, make sure they work before you do start off, that you've got indicators. I mean, remember, this is the rear. Obviously the front will be done in a minute, so bear with me. I'll just try them out. He said it's plug and play, so let's find out. Well, there they are flashing. Now I don't know if that's too fast, I don't know until the other set go on. But they look really powerful, don't they? Let's put the hazards on. And there they are with the hazards on. They look brilliant, don't they? They look the business. Well worth the money. Well, I say well worth the money. Don't like paying the money out. Just to say, I'm not sponsored by Triumph. Not sponsored by anybody. I'm not. This is not a paid product, and I'm not paid by anybody. I don't even have the money off of YouTube or nothing, so this is all free. My channel is free. I don't charge anything. What I do and show you what I'm doing at the end of the day. So just thought I'd put it out there. Like I say, no sponsorship on this channel. Okay, but they're great, aren't they? Right, there's the setup. Are we going? We're rolling, are we? Yes, we're rolling, right, okay. Now just a little tip, when you put this plate back on, line these two up first and then push the plate into the third one there, because I found that is easier, because you can cross-thread these or not line them up properly. But that's the setup from the other setup. So that's the back all done. Look very nice. Now we're going to do the front. Right, part 2 of the operation of the Triumph Street Scrambler 900 2018. I'm putting the front LED indicators, especially from Triumph, as you can see. Just open them up, and I've got to take this bezel off. So I think it comes out here and it comes out there. So I will take this off and undo these, I believe. If it ain't, then it'd be these. Never took this off before, so I think it's these two hold it on, but let's find out. It was those two screws, I just took them out. As you can see, they're just around the corner there. They're out. And now I've got to get into this vessel now and find the wires from the indicators where they plug into. So I might have to take this out. So I don't know how this comes out, but bear with me and I'll tell you. I might have to unplug these back end of that and the parking light, so the vessel comes out and I can work around it, but I'll let you know. Right, I've took the back of that off. That's the main light, and it's suspended really a bit naughty by the actual parking light, which is not going anywhere. And now I'm taking this vessel cover off. She's got an Allen screw in there and an Allen screw there, we can see it, and that should come out and I should better get to the wires. So bear with me while I undo those screws. That's what they look like, obviously, and they go in there and there. So I'm going to take that off and see how it goes. I think I found the indicators now. The bezel is outer, well, plastic. I don't want to disturb too much of the wiring because I want to put it back as it was. So I'm going to take these off in a minute, pull these wires through, and then thread them back in, which is going to be probably the hardest bit to do. But here they are. So that's definitely them. So I'll do them one by one. Don't disturb too much of this because you've got to push this all back, so you don't want to bunch it all up. But do you see what I'm saying? That's the plastic insert there that holds up all the wiring, and I'm suspended it with the parking switch, which I suppose I could unplug and get it off, but it ain't hurting nothing, it's just resting there. So bear with me while I take the indicator off. Oh, I took that Allen key out of there, and you're left this here, like a flat bit of wire which is made in. How that pulls out, I don't know. Again, I'm going to find out as we go along. So I'm going to unplug it inside, pull this one out, and I believe, which one it is, I don't know. So the white goes in, the grey and the black. So can get hold of it, that is. The black goes in the black, so I can't really work out that colour. It's a lighter colour anyway, like a stripy one, so the other one's more or less black to black and stripy white thing, or green, whatever colour it is. Can't really see from here, I should get my torch on that, but it goes into that one. So let me pull that out in the back of the clock. I'll show you. So make sure you get your threadling right. You don't want it to go wrong, and it goes in the back of the clock there, or the clock I think, the bezel there. So that wire goes in the back of there, so make sure you get a gap, and mine's gone in the back there. So I haven't tightened these up yet, so unplug these in and I'll tighten it up and show you again how it's all gone. Alright, I've just plugged them in, the white in this sort of like a grey white pinstripe thing, or greeny, and the black into the black. So that's how you wire these up, okay, so you can't get them wrong. So that's the white into the greeny sort of white or grey, can't really see from here, and the black to the black. Now we're just going to tidy this up, make sure that's in nice and neat, and it doesn't look too, what's the word, shitty, that's the word I'm looking at. So I'll try and sort this out in a minute. Here we go back again. Now open up this clamp and tuck your wire underneath it. Okay, it goes in a little lip here. So look, there it is, right? Open it up and tuck that underneath. You have to open it back up. I can't show you on here, but you'll have to open it up, shove that up there. Look, see it going up, and then put it as a little lip. And I'll just show you. Can you see it there? It's a little lip there. It goes underneath there. I'll show you when it's all done. So it's like that. You can't see the wire because it's under the clamp. And then you just put the screw back in the side there. Make sure you get it nice and straight where you want it, so stand around the front and line it up. And that's that one done, okay? And it's the same for the other side. I'll turn off again. Like I say, can't show you every movement on it unless I had someone else filming it. You just can't do it, you know, I can't anyway. But that's how it goes, alright? But leave yourself enough slack on there from when you're moving, but that goes on top of that fork, just like that one. I'll show you the other one. Bear with me. See that one? So it's seamless, it sits on that stock, okay, sits right on that stock, so you can't see the wire, and it only goes behind. Can you see? It just goes behind there, behind the rectifier and in the back, so you don't see any wires coming around your tube. So that's the old one, so I've done it like the old one. I had to take this back off again because I put the nut that come in with this, the other setup, is a bit longer, and then these, I'm sure there might have been, should have been some nuts in there that come with that triumph thing, but I can't be sure because there's nothing in the packet. And I've used a nut and bolt system because this nut's too long, and I put it in there, and when I put it on the actual bar, it started squeezing it out, like leaving a gap here, because this bolt was, that bolt was in there to take up the slack, because obviously the thread, if it goes in here into the stud there, was pushing it out. I know it's hard to explain, but it was leaving a gap, pushing this out as a gap. But I took that nut and bolt system off and put one of my own nuts in there, a bit shorter, or you can cut these down, but they should, I'm sure there should be some, like a shorter nut in there as the system changes. So I'm going to put this on. Like I say, I found a stainless nut that fitted. It's shorter, and it shouldn't stick out. Refitted it. As you can see, it's all nice and flush, and now I haven't got that gap because I took the bolt out and put my own screw in a bit shorter. That was pushing that out and leaving a gap. Now it's all on, so happy days, and it's plugged in. So do the other side. I'll show you what I mean by the nut and bolt in a minute. Just to go back to the nut and bolt system, that's how that one fits on there. It goes, if you had that indicator on that side, obviously there's a nut that goes under, so if you can see it, it's underneath there. So it's a different principle how this works, so it won't go in the same way. I'm sure there should be some nuts in there, shorter nuts for this project, but there wasn't in there, so I'll put my own nuts in because I know that's how it's going to work. That's a different setup. You know, when you start doing it, I understand what I'm saying. And obviously that comes out, but there's a nut behind there which sits behind underneath there. Alright, so that nut sits underneath there and that clamps up. So it's a nut and bolt system. Where the other one, where is it? I don't know where I put it. Put it somewhere else. Put it down somewhere. Well, the other one has got that system in it. So you just put your screw into that and that clamps it up. But it's got to be a shorter screw. And the one you put that one back in will hang out, and if you put that bolt in, there's a spacer in there, it will push it out. Until you do the job you won't understand what I'm talking about, but it will cause a gap. But I'll put a shorter, you need to shorten this down, or there should be some bolts that come in, I can't find them, and they should be shorter, and which brings the slack in. Well, I'm going to show you what I'm doing here. You can just see, I don't know if you can see me here. I'll thread all this through. Yeah, let's get that thing off first. Where are we? Oh, we're through here. One through there. And through that one through. That's that through. And then put that through there. Have I got this right? Yes, I have. And then you get that screw, which is not the nut and bolt system, which I found another screw, which is shorter, which I'm sure there should be some short ones that come in here. I'll probably find them later, lying around. Get my own key. Sorry, can you see that? So, right out of the way, wouldn't I? So, you get that like, there's your clamp, you pull that up over the fork. You don't pull it too much, you don't snap it, but, and there you have your indicator and your switches to go in. So we'll bolt that on in a minute. Okie dokie. So that goes on there like that, and that obviously tucks underneath there, yeah, and it goes underneath there, right? Can you see it? So I'll do it again, underneath there, and then you pull that open, slide it down your fork, Bob's your uncle, and it's done. And then you plug those two in to the wires I showed you. The white and the black. So the black goes to the black, and the one goes to like a greeny with a stripe down it to that one. Alright. typical when it's starting to rain a bit. Just putting the last finishing touches to the clamp on there. Remember, you have to sort of make sure these line up. Typical, isn't it? This little cloud coming over. You can see the rain dropping on it. So I'll just line that up to where I think it is. Now you might have to have a look at this when you pull it out. And as if it's lined up probably like they're lined up. You know, like the fascia side of it. And no one's not too forward and not too back. So you might have a little tweak with that, but I think I've got it just right. Anyway, I'm going to put this back together. I'm going to put that vessel back up there, or that cover, screw that back in, plug that light socket back in, and put the vessel back together. Just another little tip: if you're putting these screws back on to the housing, use a torch, because you can't see the little thread that's in there. Then it's black. It's getting a bit dark now, and all. Well, I say dark, it's overcast because it's epoxy raining. So use a torch, just line it up. As you can see, all the wires are behind there, and this little housing obviously holds it all together. Then I'm going to just plug this in here, because that's been holding that up all the time. I know it's a bit naughty. Plug that back in, get that white, get that damp off. You can see the rain's been coming in a bit. I don't want to fuse it out. Put this vessel back on, which I will show you in a minute. But what I'll be doing before I do that, I'm just going to plug that in before I put this light on. Make sure everything works. Because nothing worse if you put the wrong plugs in and the socket's right in and it doesn't work. So what I do is I'll plug that thing in and we'll try the lights out before we put the actual light unit back. Alright, might obviously left the just start it up. Oh, not start it up. Let's do the indicators. Let's do the hazards. No, I don't know if I'm supposed to be going that fast. It's making a funny little noise at the moment. That's the hazards. Just knock that on the head. Just an indicator. And the other indicator. Now, I don't know if it's supposed to be that fast. I don't know. We soon find out. Well, apparently was the hyper flash on there. Just looked it up. And as you can see, they're flashing simple now. At the right speed. And all you've got to do is turn the ignition off. Right, I don't think I can show you this. Hang on. Hold the information button down and it should come up trip type. So you put type 2, 1, 2, 3 and you type 2 in it and hold the button down and it should turn it off, turn that on and it should flash normal. There you go. Flashing at the right speed now. So that's what you're going to do to, when you fit these, you don't need any resistors. You just go through the type. So you turn that off, turn that back on, now turn that off. I'll get this right now, I told me TV again. Hold that down, the information button. It should go type. So it's on type 2 and that's what you want. So cycle through it, hold that button back down and like I say, look, if you go through that, it goes type 1, type 2, you want it on type 2 and hold it down and that's it. So now when you turn on, they flash at the right speed. Right, there you go. So that's the job done. So let's put the old hazards on. And there you go. All done. So I hope you enjoyed the video. This is 777 Rough Driver signing off. More videos to follow. But I have got a noise though, I must admit. You can hear it in the background, some sort of noise, which I don't understand why that's doing that. But I'll find that out later. Anyway, but the indicators are working really well. Anyway, thanks for watching, and catch you with another video. See you soon.